playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here come the Titans for their first possession on offense, and leading them out in his 4th season with the team, 10th overall in the NFL, Ryan Tannehill.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Tannehill down to throw.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Tannehill.
That's complete to Treylon Burks.
Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Now, these two teams, the Bengals and Titans, you might remember they met in the divisional round of the playoffs last year, and that was a shocker. Titans seeded number 1 at home, coming off the bye. They were upset by the upstart Bengals, 19-16 on a 35-degree January day in Nashville.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
It was the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
He's got it to the 43 here.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Tannehill. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Again, it's Henderson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tannehill to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal. Now it's Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Maher is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Cincinnati's offense takes the field, and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year, a man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down. Here's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. Smith catches left side.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Again, it's Burrow. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Play action. It's Tannehill. That's taken in by Henderson.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Here's Tannehill.
That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Henderson will try and run for the first.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Henderson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Score that tackle for loss to the Wyoming alumnus, Logan Wilson.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Tannehill. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the 50, it's Tannehill. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They're passing here. Joe Burrow looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A first carry here for Joe Mixon.
The numbers for Mixon last week. The hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans 33. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now it's Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans 21. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
The Bengals at 8-2 on the year. And they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners at 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Burrow goes right back to Smith again. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Burrow will throw. Touchdown Bengals.
T. Higgins,
his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Bengals have taken the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? It always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow night, we wrap up Cyber Monday with the Steelers and Colts from Indianapolis.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run once more with Henderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. To throw again on second down, Tannehill. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 24. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mixon.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Burrow. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 19. 23 yards on the play.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Here we go. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Running left, it's Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Partner, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So if he does what you say he might, maybe he'll get another one.
Hey, I think he's locked in.
Burrow looking to pass. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. A handoff, running left, Mixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. 3rd and goal, Burrow. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He was brought down by Marcus Peters. 1-yard gain brings up
on 2nd and 9, Tannehill.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he's got a 1st down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Tannehill throwing again.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Open man is Burks, and he's got him.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Again, Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. It's Henderson. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
On second down, here's Tannehill.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Burrow from his own end zone.
Throw left side here, taken in by Asiasi, the tight end.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this one complete to Smith. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Titan football.
The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
From midfield now, Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, and it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. Matt Ryan with 3 touchdown passes there. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Mac Hollins, a touchdown reception. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. But meanwhile, for the Titans, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. He's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, it's Burrow. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Open man is Higgins. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And Burrow going to throw again. The quick slant caught. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and goal from the 1. Mixon is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. 49 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Tannehill on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
T. Higgins out on offense with the rest of his teammates for this next drive.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw there taken in by Smith. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Burrow. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception. So we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
They'll try the left side with Henderson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. He's got room past the 30. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He completes it to Boyd.
Illegal touching. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. On 2nd down, Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Burrow looking to pass. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to get the football back at their own 17. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Out come the Titans now. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action.
Henderson running straight ahead. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Tannehill. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
On the handoff, Henderson. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Tannehill.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag.
Play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From just shy of midfield,
Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to Mixon on 1st down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To Mixon on the check down. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow, slant pass to Boyd.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
His tremendous season passing the football, it continues, Charles. That last throw puts him over 4,000 yards now on the year.
And he's still got the rest of November and all of December still to play. So to me, 5,000 yards, very much in play.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. This is caught. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Bengals extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator, and they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter, and I don't see them looking back.
McPherson on for the point after.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again is Tannehill. Caught by Wilson.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Tannehill. To the right side, and he's got more complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
From just shy of midfield, Tannehill. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Here's Tannehill. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37. Now it's Tannehill.
Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Tannehill throwing again. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Tannehill on first down. That's taken in by Henderson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Throwing again on second down. Tannehill got his man complete over the middle. That's Phillips. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The Titans on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Bengal first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 73 yards rushing here for Mixon. He's got a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. He'll take this to the 46. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for the Bengals, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off